So describe, like, what is it about Sears that made it special?
The merchandise was aimed at the middle-income families. So most people could afford to shop there for their families.
I think, talking to all of you, one of the special things you mentioned, and a lot of Canadians can relate to this, is the wish book. Ruth, as an employee, what was it like? What did the catalog mean to you?
Well, it was Christmas in particular was a very exciting time for catalog because there were so many, the volume of sales, of course, and everyone wanted that wish book. We had to have a card. There was cards mailed to all the customers in town, and they were very sought-after items.
So people would come in the store looking for their catalog, and sometimes they couldn't get it.
Sometimes they couldn't get it, and they wouldn't be happy. So we had the groundwork for online sales through our wish book.
You sure did, yeah.
And all the other catalogs, because they came out almost every month. Yeah.
But of course, you couldn't make the orders online. Brenda, you were in the room with what? You said 60 women on the phone?
Yeah, and we all had little cubicles, and we took orders on the phone, and then they were mailed off to Toronto, and then the parcels would come back. People had to take numbers when they came to pick their parcels up, especially at Christmas.
Another benefit of the catalog was the retail sales that we got from it.
Yes.
Because these people coming in to pick up their parcels, et cetera, they would then be shopping at the retail level as well. So it was great for catalog business, but it was also great for our store retail businesses.
As Ruth was saying, Sears was kind of ahead of its day when it came to what turned into online sales. Sears was a place that a young woman, a 15-year-old girl from Peterborough, could start a career.
Yes, they gave me my chance, and I really enjoyed it. I worked my way up to full-time to assistant manager of fashion accessories. And as the girls have said, we had lots of training, always going to the other stores to see how things were done. Just a great place to work.
Some of the department stores of the day, Sears being one, I think Eaton's as well, famous for the fact that you could take anything back, no questions asked. But on the other side of the counter, sometimes that was a little bit frustrating.
It could be.
You're being very careful now.
Well, I worked in retail a long time, so I had to be careful a lot of times.
Our slogan was satisfaction guaranteed or money refunded, and we did everything that we could to make that happen.
Which a lot of customers appreciated.
Yes.
Well, it was what customers counted on.
Yes.
And that's why we had the business we did for so many years.
And a few customers took advantage of?
A few customers take advantage of anything, but the vast majority did not. And we had loyal shoppers, loyal customers, generations of customers, actually.
And some of them you actually got to know by name, and
yes.
and they got to know us by name too.
So I've asked all of you, kind of stories about nostalgia, and Maureen, you have an interesting experience when it comes to Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yes, I was in the toy department at that time, and I wasn't manager, I was just a full-time person. And of course, we ran out of them, and everybody wanted them. And I took lists of names, and my manager at that time said, "You shouldn't be doing that." And I said, "Well, maybe we'll get them in." And we did. We got 100 in, and I had this one particular lady that wanted a redhead, and I had put the redhead away for her. And she came in and she said, "Oh, well, is there other ones I can look at?" And I said, "I'm sorry, you wanted the redhead, you've got the redhead."
Larry, one of the things you were talking about is how a place like Sears allowed a guy from Peterborough to have a career job that took you literally around the world.
Yes, I was quite fortunate because so basically I went from a bicycle buyer, a bicycle part of the assembler, to a bicycle buyer for all of Canada, and which did give me the opportunity to travel the world to Poland, Korea, Japan, and all those areas, which was an education in itself. Then from there, I just progressed into retail management and ended up in Peterborough as the store manager.
So the store closes down in late January, and here we are coming up to Christmas, the most special time, all of you were saying, for the store each year. You've been back to the store, what's it like?
It's been difficult for me to go back to the store, but I have. I've done some of my Christmas shopping there because I always did Christmas shop there. I just find it really sad because a lot of people won't know the kind of happy family relationship that we had there when we worked there. It was kind of like a second home for a lot of us, and I'm just sorry to see that some of other people won't be able to enjoy that kind of thing.
I would probably say that I'm sad. I'm also a little angry, okay, the way things have happened. In my view, there was absolutely no reason for it to get to the point that it did. I think that it's sad that the people who worked at Sears for all those years, all of a sudden are going to have to change their lifestyle. To me, I just hope that our government does something that can assure the workers in Canada that if they have a pension, that it is there with the terms that they were given at the start of their employment.
Maybe we'll leave the last word to the woman who was there on the very day the store opened. You know, we're talking about the impact this is going to have on the people who are working there. What about the impact of the closing the store on Peterborough?
Yeah, I have people say to me, what will we do without Sears?
Yeah.
And I think we all feel that way because it was such a good quality merchandise, and it's so sad to see it close.